Hi, Barry here. It's Sunday afternoon when I'm recording this. You are going to be seeing this on Monday because I'm sending out a mail to you about a new product which has been launched just now, and I want to tell you why you should definitely, absolutely definitely consider getting hold of it. Certainly, if you use GetResponse or MailChimp as your preferred email marketing provider, and maybe if you use Aweber, and I'll talk about the maybe in a minute, but let me just explain what this puts into your hands, the power that this will give you, and how you can absolutely multiply your income from your email marketing efforts. See, most people, let's just have a look at this whiteboard here. Let me draw it out for you. Most people get people on their list via a lead magnet. Okay, it could be a report, it could be a bit of software, whatever that you give away to entice people on, and you will have several lists, okay, coming from that. All right, so several lists, several lead magnets. Each one you'll start a new list. This is how I used to do it, and how most people tend to do it. And what you'll then do is you'll say, okay, these people are all subscribers, and then hopefully you're going to have some products in here somewhere in these follow-up sequences, maybe a one-time offer or something that people see, and these people you're going to take off that list and put on your buyers list. Okay, and so you know then that you've got buyers. Okay, you haven't that's it, you know that you've got buyers. Now, it's a good idea to have a buyers list. And why is it a good idea to have a buyers list? You know, what's the difference? Well, a buyer has demonstrated two things. Number one, they've demonstrated that they can pay. They've got a credit card or PayPal account and they can actually buy something from you. You're not from some country somewhere where they can't pay you. Okay, and the second thing that they've demonstrated is that they're willing to invest in their business. If they see something of value that they can use, they're going to buy it because they bought something from you. Okay, so let me give you an idea of why that's important and why you should treat these people differently. If I go out into a city near to me and I go to a restaurant I've never been before, I'm sure I'll get fabulous food and I'm sure I'll get fabulous service, okay? And it will be nice. And I might decide to go back there again. If, on the other hand, I went back to a restaurant where I've been before and I go frequently, chances are they're going to stick an extra half a litre of wine on the table or some garlic bread or something, because, you know, I'm a repeat business customer and they want to retain my custom. You know, if they don't do that, I might go eat at other restaurants more often. Okay, so once you've got a customer, you want that customer to buy off you again and again and again. Otherwise, what's the point? Okay, so that's the reason why you're building a buyers list and segmenting them off, just in case you're a bit confused about that. So let me just rub this bit out here, because here's what I want you to imagine. Okay, I want you to imagine that in your business you set up two basic lists. Okay, two basic lists: a subscriber list and a buyers list. Okay, so when you have your lead magnet, what you should do is have an autoresponder sequence, okay, which will take people through some of your products. You should have products of your own that you want to sell. Why? Well, first of all, you want to make money. And the second reason is that you want to find out who in these in this list, these people coming into your list, are buyers. Okay, so you do that, and what most people do is, oh, so and so here has bought a something I've promoted in there, so I'm going to add him to my buyers list. Now that may be done through Warrior Plus or JV Zoo, you know, in the back end there. It may be that you've got a membership site that adds people onto that buyers list, and so now this person is on this list. Okay, and he's also on your buyers list. So he might be getting two lots of emails from you, which pisses people off. Okay, so you can't really move them off of this list unless you get them to subscribe again and onto a general subscriber list. So you've got to keep them on this list, and this is the only way that you know what they're interested in. Because let's say this is a video-based lead magnet, a report on how to do video marketing. Then the problem is there that you've got to keep them on that list, otherwise you don't get that interest. There are ways of tagging people in autoresponders, but it tends to be a little bit clunky. Okay, let me show you what is possible. Okay, imagine if you have this autoresponder sequence and nobody buys anything. What you can do then at the end of this sequence is that you can move those people off of that list and subscribe them to this general subscribers list without them having to opt in or do anything. Okay. Now, the other thing that you can do is when they get onto this list, you can tag them. And they're tagged with this V tag, okay? We can tag them here as well, the V, right? So you know that they're a subscriber, they haven't bought anything from you, but they're interested in video. Now, here's the other neat thing that you can do if you've got the right tool, right? You can make a copy of this email address for buyers. Okay, can't really write with a mouse, but you get the idea. And what you do on this other mail is you'd have at least those two mails. So if somebody bought something here, you could take them off of this list, this one here, and add them to this list without them having to opt in. All happens behind the scenes. They don't even know, okay? And they're going to get the same mail here, mail 2, but they're now on a buyer's list. And they go through this list, and then at the end of it, they're seamlessly added to your buyer's list and tagged with a V. Okay, so that's pretty neat, yeah? That means that you are automatically, and all of your broadcast emails, right, the ones there is a new launch or something like that happening, you wouldn't send to any of these lists. You'd only send to this list and this list. And then these people, I'm getting fed up of getting email after email, sometimes more than once a day from you, which is another reason why they don't subscribe. But it goes further than that. Oh yes. What about if this person joined this list, they bought a product here, right, and they went onto this list here, and in email 2 you're selling another product, and they click but they don't buy. So they go to the sales page and take a look, but they don't actually purchase. What you could have happen then is that you could have them taken off that list and put on another list, and the first email is, we noticed that you went to our sales page but you didn't buy, and we wondered, is it because the price is too high? If so, we've got some really good deals for you here for a light version. Okay, and if they click that link, they can get taken to a page with the reduced price on, or the light version, or whatever. And you could also have another follow-up as well, saying, we noticed you didn't buy again. Maybe you'd like to email us back and explain what it is that's stopping you, and maybe we can fix it. Okay, if you don't want to do that, it doesn't matter. If they buy here, okay, you still want them to go back onto this list, and you can set that to all of this to happen automatically. And similarly there. So either they buy yes, and they get put back on this list, or they buy no, and they still get put back on this list, but you give them another shot. How powerful is that? Okay, how powerful is that? So now you can see how you can multiply. So rather than having these people come to the end of this sequence and just staying there and then just blasting them with a shotgun, you can target market to these people and really create a rapport with them. Okay, they're going to say, hey, that's nice. He's following up for me and he wants to know some feedback. Why didn't I buy? Maybe I can help. Maybe you can help tip the balance. Maybe they didn't have the money then, and they have to come back next week or something. And you can say, great, cool. Look here, bookmark this page and come back next week, and you can complete the payment then. And you could always just have them have a note to remind them about it. But at the end of the day, they're all going to get put on this buyers list. So that's pretty cool, isn't it? But what about these people over here, these subscribers? Okay, first of all, these people over here are important because they've got the ability to pay, and they are investing in their business. So we're going to treat those people well. What about these people over here? Well, these people are now on the broadcast list here, and they're going to get sent to other people's offers. Okay, you're going to be sending them to affiliate offers. The problem with that is that you are then going to put them on other people's buyers lists. But what if there's a way of also adding them to your buyers list? Now, with the tools that we're talking about today, all of this is possible, and all of this is made extremely simple. Okay? And this is why you should take this product really, really seriously. I've just touched the tip of the iceberg with some of the things you can do in this demonstration. You can do loads more. Now, the important thing to remember is, that thing where they say the average subscriber is worth $1 to you? So if you've got a list of 5,000 people, it's worth $5,000 a month to you. Normally, if you were just putting people on a list and taking them there, then hit them with a shotgun, that is not going to happen. If you are doing this, that is small. You can maximize your efforts. I mean, this is just a small example of what you can do. So, just now, I'm going to go and talk to you individually, because some of you are GetResponse users, some of you are Aweber users, and I've got a different message for each of you, because there is another product out there which I use for Aweber. So it's not available for GetResponse. So the screen's going to turn around now, and I'm going to talk to you GetResponse people, and I'm going to talk to you Aweber people separately. Okay, stay tuned, stay tuned. So hopefully you can see the real power that having that kind of automation can bring you, and how you can multiply the effectiveness of each subscriber. So if you're paying, I don't know, 50 cents a lead or something, you're really getting more bang for your buck, because those subscribers are, number one, going to stay on your list longer. You're going to be able to talk to them regarding their interests specifically, and you are going to be doing all sorts of other really, really cool stuff as well, which is good for you because it automates the whole thing, and it's good for them because they get a better experience of being on your list. So how do we do that in Aweber? No, these things don't exist in Aweber. Is great for deliverability and all the rest of it. It's a real kind of workhorse, but it's kind of stuck in 2003 with regards to automation and all that kind of stuff. And so you have to buy an add-on tool. Now, up until today, there was only one real contender, in my opinion, that did the job professionally, and that's AW Pro Tools. I'm going to talk about that in a moment. But today there's a new plugin come out called WP Segmenting Machine, and it will do some of the stuff that we mentioned before. Some of it does in a kind of different way, but if you're on a tight budget, this is certainly worth looking at. Now, I've got the Aweber tutorial here, and it does basically both of these systems. All of these systems work on a series of smart links, okay, which work with the background things that happen in Aweber. I don't want to get too technical, but a smart link, you create that, and it's linked to that person's email address inside of your Aweber account. They click it, something happens behind the scenes. They click the link, you could have them tagged with an interest, you could have them moved to a different list, you could have all sorts of things happening like that inside of Aweber under the surface. So nobody really knows, it's just happening in the back office. So this actual plugin will do some of those things, but not all of them. Okay, so this works on smart links as well. So you create a smart link. Let me take you into the members area. So I've got it installed here. You can add a link. When you click on a link, forget it says get responses, just that I've not set it up with my Aweber account. You can use this with get response or Aweber, as you can see. But this is exactly the same in Aweber. So you can enter your link text, so that's what you want your link anchor text to say, and you put your link in there. So that could be a link to your product sales page, for example. Okay, ignore this for a second. You choose your source list that you're going to send this link out to. So that would be, let's say, your subscriber list. And you would choose the destination list. And that's the list that they would move to once they've clicked that link. Okay. So the cycle number, that just says where they go in the campaign. If you've got an autoresponder sequence on the destination list, it will put them at a certain point, which is useful. And how long you want that link to remain active. Okay, and when you do all this and you click generate, it gives you the link here. Then you just go over to Aweber and paste it into your message that you send. So this is great. Okay, what are the drawbacks of using this? Well, you have to make a link for every single free list or every single list that you're sending out to. Okay, because you have to choose the source list here, and as far as I'm aware, you can only choose the one list. So you have to make lots of links for lots of lists, which is a bit of a pain in the ass. But, you know, one thing I will say before I go on is that this is, in my opinion, it's very much like if AW Pro Tools decided to drum up a bit of trade, that they would make a WordPress plugin, which would be very much a light version of AW Pro Tools, then this is pretty much what they produce. It has some of the features of AW Pro Tools, but not all of them. It's going to be better than nothing, okay, but it's not going to be anywhere near as good as AW Pro Tools. It's kind of like they're different animals. So what else can you do? Well, you can add a trigger, okay, and that is, unfortunately, it'll only work in this blog, okay, but you can enter a page or post ID from the blog that you've got it installed on, and when people visit that, it will do a trigger, okay, it will trigger something to happen, so it will trigger moving from these lists, okay. And that's the destination where they go when that trigger happens. So you've got the choice here of moving somebody from one list to another, where they go on that list in terms of the autoresponder sequence, and you can use it if you're sending out to a page, it will trigger and it will do the same thing, move them on a list. As far as I can see, you can't tag anybody with this, so you can't put an interest in there. And it won't. The other thing it won't do is at the end of an autoresponder sequence, you can't get an automation robot to take them off that list and onto another. But it does have a bulk processing tool. So what you can do at the end of each month is you can go in and automatically move those people from one to the other, but you have to, tell the thing to do it. It won't do it automatically behind the scenes. You have to go in, choose that list, choose all those subscribers, tell it where you want them to go, and then click the button and it transfers them over. Okay, that leaves another little problem in as much as the list that they are coming from, they're all unsubscribes on that list, and you're going to be paying for those unsubscribes unless you go into Aweber and unsubscribe them. There's no way in this plugin yet that you can automatically tell it to all unsubscribe or get rid of all the unsubscribes in your account. Okay, so the plugin is not very expensive, okay, especially in this launch period. It's really, really inexpensive. So if you're really on a tight budget, but you want to have some kind of automation going on, then absolutely buy this and start using it, okay? However, here's my take on it. I use Aweber now. I'm a relatively new Aweber user. I've always used GetResponse in the past, but I've switched over to Aweber. And one of the reasons I did that was so I could automate more using the tool that I use, which is AW Pro Tools. So there's a little bit of the background of AW Pro Tools. You can see that it's like chalk and cheese. There's a lot going on in here. There's a lot of stuff down here that you can do. So let me tell you what you can do in AW Pro Tools. You can create smart links. just like in those ones that you saw before. Where was it? In here, you can create a smart link. But here's the difference. You can have that smart link do lots and lots of different things. In AW Pro Tools, that smart link can move a subscriber to a different list. It can copy a subscriber to a different list. It can tag the subscriber as you're doing that. It can only tag them and do nothing with them. So you've got an interest, so you can create a segment in Aweber just to send people to a specific interest. It will automatically unsubscribe your unsubscribers. That saves you a load of money every single month if you're an Aweber user. It does it on autopilot every day. It goes looks at the unsubscribes and gets rid of them for you. You can manage your list, so you can have your list constantly backed up, so you can download them. You don't have to do that in Aweber. You can do it in AW Pro Tools. You also have automation robots in here, and these robots will take people off of one list and seamlessly put them onto a different list after they have reached the end of an autoresponder sequence. Okay, so that is really, really something else, because it means you don't have to do anything. It just happens while you're not there. Okay, which is great. So then you can have these little, as I mentioned before, you can have these little loops coming off links. So if somebody clicks a link and it could take them off of the main list that they're on, you know, let's say you've sent them out to a sales page about a CPA offer, or a CPA product that you've got, let's say. They click that link, they go and see the sales page. Okay, so then you can follow up and see if they buy, because you can put these triggers on any page that you control. Okay, so you put a trigger on the thank you page. So if they go to the thank you page, you know they've bought. So they go onto your buyers list then at the end of the autoresponder sequence. Or you can put them back onto an autoresponder sequence in a buyers list, just like the one they came off of. Okay, so you segment them that way. The other thing is, if they don't buy, after a day or so, if they stay on that list, then you can send them a reminder. You can do all those things, and it's all going to happen behind the scenes with AW Pro Tools. It is the most amazing tool that certainly it's made email marketing a whole different animal for me. And I'm really excited about it, as you could probably tell. And that's only because I've got the zeal of having found this and absolutely loving it. There's loads of other different tools that you've got in here as well. Too many to go through here. Now, here's the thing, right, guys? Here's the thing. If you buy this thing here, it's fine. There's nothing wrong with it. It's a good product, okay? But it's very, very, very limited, right? If you are really strapped for cash but want to do some automation, buy it, because it's better than having nothing. If you are serious, get AW Pro Tools. It's more expensive, but when you look at it in business terms, it's not really much at all. Okay, if you went on a monthly thing with this, it's about $20-something a month. However, if you get it through my link below, if you go for the yearly option, you get first of all, you get a big discount on the yearly option, and it comes down to something like $17 or $18 a month, I think. But if you get it through my link, it comes down another 8% from that. So you get that another little 8% bonus discount by buying it through my link. Now, when you click that link, you don't have to buy it straight away. Here's the great thing about it. If we can have a look, where are we? Here we are. What will happen is you'll go to this page here, and this is Jack Bourne, the guy that created it, and this will do two things, right? You get on his list here, right, and he'll automatically start sending you these funnel maps. This is ideas of how you could use AW Pro Tools in your Aweber account. Okay, so you get these 5 really great tactics. They're worth getting. They really are good. In the meantime, you sign up for a 14-day trial for AW Pro Tools, so you can test it out. You can have a play around with it inside. You can put some of these into action on some test lists to see how it all operates and all works. And at the end of the trial, you lock in your discounted price. Okay, so then at the end of the 14-day trial, you get your credit card or will be billed, or your debit card will be billed with the discounted price. Okay, the yearly discounted price, or not, as if you choose not to. Okay, it's up to you. But you get 14 days to test it out and have a look at all of these different video tactics that Jack has put together for you. Okay, so when you go to the link that I put below, you'll land on a page like this. Just sign up there. Start your 14-day trial. You get a couple of days, I think, to start it and still get the discount. So start your 14-day trial and go through this information. Okay. My big tip on this review, this massive long review, is get AW Pro Tools if you're serious. Now, it's a couple of $100 a year. But put that into perspective. Put it into perspective. This is a business you're talking about, right? It's like $17, $16, $17 a month. Okay, so 50 cents a day to have that kind of automation. You are bound to make money more than 50 cents a day from what this tool will give you. In fact, I would say that just getting the unsubscribers taken off your list on a daily basis is going to save you that money, keeping you below those thresholds. Okay, where the price jumps up. And you don't have to worry about it. It's done for you behind the scenes. So, you know, for 50 cents a day or something like that, get AW Pro Tools because it's brilliant. If you are on a tight budget and you just can't run to that at this moment, your credit card's maxed out or whatever, then at least get WP Segmenting Machine for a very low cost, one-time cost, because that is going to help you do some of this segmenting. Okay, so that's my recommendation. You know, have a read below about it, and I've put the 2 links for you so you can decide which is best for you. Okay, so thank you very much for watching this extraordinarily long video. Hope you've learned something from it. Hope you've got a takeaway from this. And, you know, whichever you decide, start segmenting and start automating your list because it really does make sense. Bye for now.